Hey everybody, my name is Roxanne and welcome to Monty Blessa's Roundtable. Today is Thursday. I'm getting ready to do a closing shift tonight, so I kind of wanted to drop a video before I get my day started and go to work. I wanted to see how everybody's Super Bowl was, any exciting things that took place, or any cool stories that you guys heard about, or anything. Please drop them in the comments, and I'd love to hear about it. For us, Super Bowl was kind of a little bit different this year. I always remember that Super Bowl was a time where I would actually make wings for my boys and my husband, father-in-law. It was tradition. Every Super Bowl, that's how it was, unless I was working that night. But even then, I'd still make sure they had what they needed and hooked it up one way or the other. So this was actually the first year I did not cook or have to do anything like that. Our youngest son just barely left for college, so things have been kind of different for us, and we're kind of getting used to just being me and him right now and enjoying that and that time in our life. Our kids are also doing their thing, having a good time, enjoying what it is to be a young adult. So, with that being said, we went to an event hosted by Lunchbox. Shout out to Lunchbox, shout out to Scotty, and all of the team there at the Lunchbox family for showing us another great, wonderful time. We had a blast. They had games, giving out some free Ace. I won a really cool sweater, brought home a couple of lunch boxes, brought home some products, which I'll also be doing some reviews on and talking about as we go forward. But there is some really great reviews. Please go to our other channel. It's called Exit 420 AZ. That channel is actually hosted between me and my husband. We kind of go back and forth a little bit, and it's about cannabis and the medical aspects of it. So please check it out and give it a like and subscribe and start following us along there also. Today I kind of wanted to talk about immigration a little bit. I don't want to get too deep into it just because it's such a big, touchy subject right now. I work at a dispensary, and I actually had a coworker who actually got detained by ICE and was taken into ICE due to them basically questioning his citizenship as a United States citizen. Now, this is someone who is not bilingual by any means. He is Hispanic, a Chicano, and does not speak any Spanish at all or anything, and was actually at the DMV in Guadalupe, Arizona, trying to just get an updated passport for a vacation that was going to be coming up soon and to travel. He explained to them that he was an American citizen. He had all the proper documentations that he had, and they still took him in and processed him and went through the whole spill. Walking into one of those detention centers is so very overwhelming. I don't think people realize to what effect. When you start seeing families and children and they're in cages, and you see the crying and the noise, the smell. Anyone who's ever been incarcerated at all in any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm talking about. I can't imagine seeing a child or innocent people who have never done crimes in their life being locked up just because you are not from here. I really go back and forth on it. I understand the aspect of, hey, do it the right way. Hey, do it this way. But you got to understand, a lot of the immigrants that have been here for years, generations and generations in. And there was a time where that's just how it was. Arizona, there was a time where they gave them driver's license. And so if everything's given to you at that point, why are you going to go through a further step to even get even more documentation? You know, these people were just working. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just regular, everyday citizens like us. So for that to happen, that is disturbing. I do have two sons that are attending Arizona State University. I have one at the Mesa campus, one at the Tempe campus. My son that does attend the Tempe campus also was stopped and questioned about his citizenship after just going and walking and getting some food to eat. Again, my son does not speak Spanish. Duh. Yeah, I know it's our fault. But, that's overwhelming and it's over the top because being stopped by immigration and you've never been through that is very overwhelming and very scary. And it's just like being stopped by police. You don't know how to react. You don't know what to say. With that being said, we need to start teaching people how to have the proper knowledge, what to say, what our rights are. And this is something that needs to be spoken about in our homes and within our children. And it needs to be a conversation that we all need to have. This is important. We need to know where we're going to meet at. We need to know where we would get in contact or who we would get in contact with. And even with our smaller children, we kind of need to talk to them about this because don't send them to school afraid because there's no plan in effect. Because we're just going to play it by ear and hope that that doesn't happen to us. Don't do that to them. Start getting them prepared, getting them ready. It is what it is, and it's part of the lifestyle that we currently are living in and what's taking place. Immigration seems to also be working with the gang unit. With that being said, everybody here in Phoenix, Arizona, be on alert and be prepared for anything that takes place and also notifying other people. I will be posting a flyer on my site, also on Instagram at Roxy420AZ. That's my Instagram page. Where actually you can call if you do live here in the Valley and you're able to, and you do notice anything, you can call it in so that way other neighbors and other fellow people are aware of the situation. It's a very sad time. I went back and forth on this presidency for a long time. I tried to understand my family members and people who justified him being our president and why they voted for him. And I understand. I get it. But at the end of the day, I have to stick by my values and morals and what I stand by. First off, I am a American citizen. I was born in Germany. My father was in the military, and I do have dual citizenship. So I technically, I was born in Germany, and I am, like I said, I have residency of the both because of my father. I'm kind of lost right now for words because here's a man who has literally divided even families and people. They said there was going to come a time where somebody was going to come and was going to change everything that we believed in and was going to make man also go against their own child. And I believe this person is him. I believe that I have family members, like I said, who voted for Trump and they support him 100%. And in the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, if that's your political view, okay, as long as you stay in your lane, I'll stay in mine. And I get it. I understand. My grandfather was from Chihuahua, Mexico. He was given the opportunity to serve in the United States military in exchange for citizenship to be here. So that gave us the advantage and the privilege to be United States citizens. So without my grandfather, that would have not taken place. My other issue with this is the pedophileness. I can't justify that in my head, and I can't justify people supporting a man that there is sufficient evidence that shows that he was not only molesting children of underage, but that he was also a rapist. He has no respect towards women whatsoever. We do not have a voice. We do not have an opinion. We are just there to be there. Basically, he has it in his head that men are the ones that rule the world and control all. And I just can't see, first off, has a Mexicana, second of all, has a woman, justifying that in any way, shape, or form. Justifying somebody who's a pedophile is just as bad as justifying it if it was against your own child. All those people who tell their story and sit there and break down, and we still question it. We still ask these poor people, are you sure? And these are just lies. They just don't like him. Come on, let's be 100% and let's be realistic about this. This is a sick, demented man. Look at the people who are following him. Nicki Minaj. Here's someone whose husband and also brother have been convicted for rape, molestation. So, with that being said, look at his followers and then tell me how you still justify following that man. There is no way in God's green earth I could look at my children in their eyes and tell them I support Donald Trump before presidency and has our president after all the nasty things that he has done. This is the icing on the cake, people. This is the top of the top. How can you justify that? You can't. I feel that we need to continue to speak to our children about this and to let them know that it is okay to have a voice. It is okay to speak up against your offender, and we do stand by you 100%. This is going to be a critical time. I don't want any child to feel that they can't come forward because they're watching people that are going forward and they're being ridiculed. They're being questioned. No, that's not the way the system is, and not everybody is like that. This is my anger. This is my upsetness. I watched what that has done to my child. I have watched how it has broken even me and crumbled. I've known coworkers who have been through this, and we're still gonna let that continue and have someone like that in our office. Miss me with that. And if that's something you believe in, then you are on the wrong channel. And I highly advise you not to follow me because I am very, very against that. And I do not support him in any way, shape, or form. Again, start teaching your children what they need to do. Also start speaking to your children and your families, noticing signs about molestation, rape, things that have taken place. Sometimes the closest people in your family are your biggest predators. And we have to start educating our children that it is okay to speak forward and it is okay to let us know so we can fix this, even if it is another parent. With that being said, everybody, please be safe out there on the roads. Be safe with your surroundings. Pay attention to them and pay attention to the signs of your children. Let them know. Put that plan into effect. It will give them not 100% ease, but some sort of idea of what to do. So that way they are ready and they're prepared. Don't send them out there blindsided, you guys, that it's not a possibility, because it's always going to be a possibility until that man is removed from office. With that being said, have a wonderful Thursday. I hope to have more stories on here. Please message me if you'd like to come on, share your story. I'll also be bringing some information about some cannabis strains that I really, really would like to recommend to us women. Some of them are going to be for helping with menopause, whatever the best gummies to take if you're having a hard time sleeping, and items like that. So have a great day. Be safe out there, people. And again, thank you for your love and support. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and big story hitting tomorrow. And again, thank you all for having me back.